Actress Karla Souza made her mark in Mexico, starring in Instructions Not Included, the highest-grossing Spanish-language film to open in North America, and Nosotros los Nobles, the highest-grossing Mexican film of all time.
Over the last year, she's become a popular cover girl, gracing the Mexican covers of Cosmopolitan, GQ, and Women's Health.
Well, now she's landed her first major English-language role on the hit show How to Get Away with Murder, playing a quiet, sensitive law student who gets romantically involved with a lawyer in the practice.
That you're the boyfriend?
Wes, he's homesick and needs a copy of our Civ Pro outline.
We got work.
And Elise doesn't care about this case, so why should I? Cover for me with Bonnie?
You owe me.
Come up with something. We'll see what we can work out.
All right, Karla Souza, good morning.
Good morning.
So, a huge star in Mexico, and now this is your first big breakout role in the United States. Were you nervous about making the move?
I was terrified, and I had the best life. I was being offered parts, and I was being, led into any restaurant I wanted, and I was, just having the life. And then, of course, you just feel that little challenge bug inside of you wanting to move and try it out in LA. And so I moved to LA, and I did pilot season. And if you've ever done pilot season, it's the worst thing that could ever happen to a human being. And so I thank Shonda Rhimes and Pete Nowak for taking me out of that awful process.
Is it just constant auditions?
Just constant rejection. Yeah. You're living out of your car. You're trying to change. You're going from playing a mother to then suddenly you're playing, a prostitute, and then you're playing a law student.
That's right.
In the span of a second. And so
what was it like when you finally get the yes, you're on board, and it's Shonda and Viola Davis?
Yeah. We didn't know, actually, when I got the part, we didn't know it was going to be Viola Davis. So that was just a plus afterwards. But I was crying so hard in the car when my agent and my manager called and they said, you booked it. And I'd never heard that word, you booked it. I was like, what do you mean I booked? What does that mean? They're like, yeah, you got the part. You got Laurel. And I started crying and I said, give me a second. I know I'm not cool enough for you guys, but this means a lot to me. And I was just crying. And I was like, does this mean I can stop auditioning? And they're like, yes. And so I got home and I was crying and my mom thought something had happened to me. But yeah.
We hear so much about Shonda's world, right? She's got all these shows and they're all so popular and so good. Now that you've been on the inside of that world, what does that mean exactly? Why is it so special?
Yeah, I think she's really, she's a powerhouse. She now has 2 more shows coming. I don't know if you guys know, but she's written her book. She just does everything, and she's really also personal in her relationships, and she's really passionate about what she does, and I think that trickles down onto everyone in the show. So everyone just does their job with passion and with love because she does, and so it's kind of, I think that's sort of the part of it.
Wow. We have a game to play with you called How to Get Away With. So walk us through a couple of scenarios how you would handle these situations. Okay, how would you get away with a speeding ticket?
I would just start crying. I didn't know. I was just looking at that poor boy over there, and I would just start crying. Or I would start speaking like this. I'd be Mexican. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm here on vacation. Please don't do this to me. And then they'd be like, okay, that's fine.
Nice.
That's good.
Something like that.
How would you get away with forgetting somebody's name?
I would just say, you're lovely, this lovely friend of mine, such a great person, and then I would bring someone else and I would hear what they said to the other person, and then I'd be
smooth.
like,
there you go.
Smooth.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's always
Very good.
Karla Souza, thank you so much. All the best with this. Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.